Hello students, welcome to your channel Easy Physics by Varsha Santosh Mahalle from SR Patil College, Akola. This is your this is the lecture for 11th class for the chapter Motion in a Plane. In this lecture, we will start the new point, that is the new type of motion, that is the projectile motion, which is a two-dimensional motion. So what is the content of lecture or what we will study in this lecture? That is, at first, we will introduce about the what is projectile motion. Then we will introduce to examples of some projectile motion. Then we will discuss about the parameters of projectile motion. After that, we see what are the assumptions used in projectile motion. Then the analysis of projectile motion. Here we discuss about the geometrical as well as mathematical analysis of projectile motion, and at the last we will discuss about how to find the equation of trajectory. So let us start our lecture. At first we will discuss about what is meant by projectile motion. This is the two-dimensional specific motion in which we see what is projectile motion. In the projectile motion, just a minute. Projectile motion is the motion in which an object is thrown near the earth's surface and it moves along the curved path under the action of gravity only. That is called as projectile motion. And here, any object which is projected in the air is called as projectile. See in this diagram, this football is the projectile and it is projected from here with some initial angle theta, that is the initial velocity of the projectile, that is the ball, makes angle theta with the horizontal and thrown in the air. It is under the action of gravity and follow this path, parabolic path. This motion is called as projectile motion and the object is called as projectile. See here in this diagram, when the football player kick the football with some initial velocity u, and here the direction of velocity of the projectile makes some initial angle theta with the horizontal and projected in the air. It is under the action of gravity, and rather than going only in the upward direction in the direction of velocity, it follows the parabolic path. That motion is called as projectile motion and the object is called as projectile. Let us discuss about the examples of projectile motion. See the beautiful diagrams. Here, in this first diagram, the motion of rider performing a bike stunt. Here, this is the path followed by the motor rider, yes, bike rider. Yes, it is projected from here and follow with this parabolic path. This is the projectile motion. Here, due to the parabolic path, we see here the beautiful phenomena of water nozzles, water coming from the water jets and come out from the nozzles. This is the also the example of projectile motion, and this is a interesting game, that is the cricket. And in the cricket, when the bowler throw the ball or the batsman hit the ball with the help of that bat, the ball performs the follow the parabolic path, that is the projectile motion. Many of there are, again we see many examples in the about the projectile motion. If the bullet is fired from the gun with some angle about the horizontal, then it also follow the parabolic path. You know about the game of that? At our childhood we play that game. that is गिल्ली दंडा. लहानपणी आम्ही गिल्ली दंडा खेळत होतो. त्याच्यामध्ये जी गिल्ली आहे ती दंड्याने उडवतो आपण. That गिल्ली also perform the projectile motion. Now, we see some parameters of projectile motion. The point from which the object is projected, that is called as point of projection. Yes, from the point where the object is projected. Then what is the angle of projection? The angle with the horizontal, angle made by the object with the horizontal when it is projected in air, that is called as angle of projection. See here in the diagram, theta is the initial angle of projection. Then the velocity of projection, the velocity with which the object is projected in air is called as velocity of projection. This is the initial velocity, that is the velocity of projection. The parabolic path is also depends on this velocity of projection. Now, let us see the next. Again, the parameters of para, uh, projectile motion, that is the time of light. So, what is time of light? The time taken by the projectile to cover the entire trajectory. Here, the parabolic path is called as trajectory. This path followed by the projectile, that is the parabolic path, is called as trajectory. And here, the time taken by the object, that is by the projectile, to cover this entire path, that is called as time of light. We can find the equation for time of light, that we will discuss in the next lecture. Then what is the horizontal range of projectile? As here the particle object is projected, it covers the vertical distance as well as some horizontal distance. The horizontal distance traveled by the projectile during its entire motion, when it is projected, though it is follow the parabolic path, yes, but finally it reach on the horizontal surface again. So this, from the point of projection up to the final point, that is the horizontal distance covered by that projectile, that is called as range of projectile. We can find the equation for range of projectile also. Then the maximum height of projectile. Here in the parabolic path, it is the maximum vertical distance at the center traveled by the projectile from the ground level during its motion, that is called as height of projectile. So these are the different parameters of projectile. Now we discuss about the assumptions used in the projectile motion. There are some assumptions used in the projectile motion, that is defect due to air resistance is negligible. We know about the air resistance when we uh, move our bicycle. Yes, while cycling, we know that if there is a motion in the air gives projects some resistance. It opposes the motion. That is the air resistance. Air also has some resistance. Yes, here the effect due to air resistance we neglect it. The effect due to the curvature of the earth is negligible also, because the parabolic path is the short distance. The effect due to rotation of earth is negligible, and main assumption is that the acceleration due to gravity is constant over the range of motion. So these are the assumptions used in the projectile motion. Now, see here, what is the trajectory? The parabolic path followed by the projectile in air is called trajectory. So, this is the trajectory. See here, it is shown by this arrow. What is trajectory? Now, we see in this diagram. See here, when the object is thrown, the initial angle, that is angle of projection, is theta. The initial velocity is here, see here, this is the direction of initial velocity u. The initial velocity is divided into two perpendicular components. The horizontal component ux is equal to u cos theta, and the vertical component uy, that is equal to u sin theta. Is that the velocity is divided into two perpendicular components. Ux, that is the horizontal component, u cos theta, is remains constant throughout the entire motion of the particle. Its direction as well as magnitude of the horizontal component, u cos theta, remains unchanged, remains constant during its entire motion, and only the vertical component, that is uy is equal to u sin theta, go on changing, and its direction also go on changing. At the maximum height, the ui, that is the vertical component, becomes zero, and that's why the particle start its downward motion, because it has the only horizontal velocity at this topmost position. It has only the horizontal velocity and its direction is forward, so it comes downward and no vertical velocities at this point. Is that? We discuss it again in the next diagram. Now see the analysis of projectile motion. See in the core diagram, in the frame 1, we consider the projectile is at origin. When the projectile is at origin, its velocity, initial velocity, is divided into two components, vertical velocity and horizontal velocity. Now in the frame 2, we take the projectile at this mid position. Is that? Here also the horizontal velocity is in this direction, and in this direction there is the vertical velocity. This is the frame 2. Now in the frame 3, we consider the particle at the center, where we calculate the maximum height. At this point, it has only one velocity, that is the horizontal velocity, and the vertical velocity is 0. And in the frame 4, see here, now we take this position, that is when the particle projectile going in downward direction. At this point, the horizontal velocity is in the same direction, but the vertical velocity reverses its direction. Yes, so this is about the analysis of projectile motion. Again, we see the detailed diagram for the analysis of projectile motion. Here at first, at the origin, when the object is at the origin, O, Vi is the initial velocity. We divide it into two perpendicular components, Vix and Viy. Is that? Now this is the first position, suppose, when it going in upward direction. Again here the velocity, horizontal velocity, vertical velocity, this is the resultant velocity. Now at the topmost position, here only there is the horizontal velocity and the vertical velocity is 0. The entire acceleration acting at every point is minus g. Now at this point, when the particle going in the downward direction, third, here we consider v3y is the vertical component of the velocity. Here the direction of vertical velocity is also, vertical component is also in the downward direction now, and the direction of horizontal velocity is in the same horizontal direction, and this is the resultant direction of the velocity. So the particle following this path along the direction of velocity, and at the final position, this is the final position, again this is the horizontal velocity, direction of horizontal velocity, and the vertical velocity is in the downward direction. When the particle goes from origin to the upward maximum height, here the horizontal velocity remains constant, but the vertical velocity go on decreasing, and at this point vertical velocity becomes 0, and when it goes in the downward direction, entire through this entire path, the vertical velocity now again go on increasing and reach to its initial value, and the horizontal velocity remains constant. Also one thing is, remember here, at every point the acceleration due to gravity we consider minus g because it is in the downward direction. Is that at every point? So the particle is going in upward direction and here going in the downward direction, but at every point the acceleration due to gravity is directed towards the mean position in the downward direction, and so we consider it as minus g. So this is about the analysis of projectile motion. Now we will reach to some conclusion. We can do some conclusion about the projectile motion, that are projectile motion is a combination of two motions: horizontal motion with constant velocity and with no acceleration. There is no force in the horizontal direction and no acceleration in the horizontal direction. The horizontal velocity remains constant. As there is the constant velocity, there is no change in velocity, the acceleration is 0 in the horizontal direction. But in the vertical motion with constant acceleration. Is that in the vertical motion, the acceleration is also constant, only the velocity go on changing. First the velocity decreases up to top point and then again increases. There is the change in velocity of vertical component only and not the horizontal component. The horizontal velocity remains constant. समझते हैं? Here in this diagram now, the horizontal motion of the ball. See here, adding vectors. The blue line shows the direction of resultant velocity. बघा प्रत्येक वेळेस direction of resultant velocity. Here only there is the horizontal velocity, and resultant velocity is also in the direction of horizontal velocity. Vertical velocity दाखवलेली नाही इथे बघा. Vertical velocity काय होती इथे? 0. जे vertical velocity चा component green vector ने दाखवतोय आपण. जसं जसं टॉपला जातो तसं तसं vertical velocity कमी होणे ते 0 होते. पुन्हा डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन पार्टिकल ऑब्जेक्ट जेव्हा प्रोजेक्टर जेव्हा खाली येतो तेव्हा वर्टिकल वेलोसिटी डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन हॉरिझॉन्टल वेलोसिटी सेम डायरेक्शन हॅव्हिंग सेम मॅग्निट्यूड त्याची व्हॅल्यू बदलत नाही. ऍक्सलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रॅव्हिटी ॲट एव्हरी पॉइंट इज ऑल्सो कॉन्स्टंट, आणि जी व्हर्टिकल वेलोसिटी कंपोनंट आहे तो इथे इथपर्यंत जाऊन वाढतोय. म्हणजे आता आपण कन्सिडर करू, सपोज इनिशियली व्हेन द बॉल इज प्रोजेक्टेड, सपोज इट्स वेलोसिटी इज इनिशियल वेलोसिटी 60 मीटर पर सेकंड, कळते की नाही. मग 60 मधले आपण डिवाइड केली तर सपोज 20 हॉरिझॉन्टल झाली आणि 40 व्हर्टिकल, असं डिव्हिजन झालं त्याचं. तर ही जी 20 हॉरिझॉन्टल वेलोसिटी झाली, प्रत्येक पॉइंटला 20 20 20 अप टू द लास्ट पॉइंट हॉरिझॉन्टल वेलोसिटी 20 मीटर पर सेकंदच राहील. आणि ही जी 40 मीटर पर सेकंद आहे व्हर्टिकल वेलोसिटी इथे डिवाइड झाली, 60 मधली 40 व्हर्टिकल मध्ये गेली, ती व्हर्टिकल वेलोसिटी 40 जी आहे जसं जसं ऑब्जेक्ट वर जाईल कमी होईल, 40 ची इथे 0 होईल आणि इथून पुन्हा वाढत जाईल, तर पुन्हा अगेन comes at this point, again reach to the final value, that is 4t. समझते? So this is the addition of vectors and vertical motion of the ball, that is the projectile motion. Now we discuss about the mathematical analysis of projectile motion. In the mathematical analysis of projectile motion, see, applying the Newton's second law, as we know, summation of force is equal to mass into acceleration. The only force acting in the absence of air resistance is mg. As we consider, the air resistance is neglected. The force acting on the projectile at every point is the mg, that is its weight. Is that? And here g is the acceleration due to gravity. Is that? Acceleration is replaced by the g, that is the acceleration due to gravity. Now we resolve resolution along x-axis and resolving along y-axis here. Ax, see along x-axis, ax is the acceleration along x-axis, that is 0, means there is no horizontal acceleration. The initial velocity is that the horizontal component of initial velocity is u cos theta, and the horizontal distance is u cos theta into t, that is velocity into time. And thus we can say the motion along x-axis is uniform rectilinear motion. Is that? Now resolving along y-axis. In the y-axis, ay, that is minus g. Acceleration acting on y direction, that is the acceleration due to gravity, as it is in the downward direction. So we take negative sign here. Now Vy, what is Vy? Vy is nothing but the vertical distance, that is the summation of initial velocity u sin theta vertical component minus g into time, acceleration due to gravity into time. Yes, this equation we take v is equal to, yes, s is equal to u plus at. Is that? By that equation, that is the kinematical equation. Now the vertical distance y is equal to u sin theta, initial velocity s is equal to ut plus half at square. Here instead of plus we take minus half, at square means dt square. So this is the motion along the y-axis. Is that? Uniformly accelerated rectilinear motion. Here in this diagram, in this box, the vertical velocity is equal to initial velocity minus gravity times t, है ना? Vertical velocity है vy, initial velocity minus, is that, minus what we take, acceleration due to gravity into times gravity times t. The vertical distance, that is y, is equal to initial velocity times time minus 1/2 of its acceleration due to gravity into square of the time. The horizontal velocity is always equal to the initial horizontal velocities. Here horizontal velocity is always equal to initial horizontal velocity, that is u cos theta, and the horizontal distance is equal to horizontal velocity u cos theta multiplied by time. Here we take the u is the initial velocity, it is divided into two perpendicular component, ux is equal to u cos theta, that is the horizontal component, and u sin theta is the vertical component. See in this diagram here, ui is equal to 0, vertical component 0, and the horizontal component ux is equal to u cos theta. At every time it is u cos theta, means the horizontal component of the velocity is remains unchanged, and in the entire motion the acceleration due to gravity is minus g. Now we try to find the equation for trajectory. So this is the trajectory. So for that trajectory, how to find the equation for trajectory? So we use the mathematical analysis. We consider now the horizontal distance traveled by the projectile by using the formula. As you know, the formula for velocity. What is the formula for velocity? Velocity is equal to distance upon time. And that's why distance is equal to velocity into time. We use this formula. The horizontal distance x is equal to horizontal velocity, initial component of horizontal velocity into time. Here we take horizontal distance is equal to, instead of u cos theta, here we say here vi cos theta, that is the initial component, in horizontal component of initial velocity into time. This is the horizontal distance. From that we can calculate the time. For the time we can say time is equal to x upon vi cos theta, or you can say u cos theta here. So that is your equation 1, means you find the time. So at that time t, what is the vertical distance? That is given by the formula. Vertical distance y is equal to, है ना, इथे काय यूज केला आपण, s is equal to ut plus half at square. That is the kinematical equation. माहिती आहे तुम्हाला? मग ut, u काय इनिशियल वेलोसिटी, इनिशियल वर्टिकल वेलोसिटी v I y आहे इंटू टी प्लस हाफ ए टी स्क्वेअर. इथे प्लसचा मायनस होतो कारण ऍक्सलरेशनच्या जागेवर आपल्याला मायनस डी टाकायचं आहे, हाफ आहे आणि ए इंटू टी स्क्वेअर. इथे बघा आता व्ही आय वाय दॅट इज द इनिशियल कंपोनेंट ऑफ वेलोसिटी. वी पुट हियर व्ही आय साइन थिटा और यू कॅन पुट यू साइन थिटा ऑल्सो, दॅट इज द वर्टिकल कंपोनेंट. आता वर्टिकल डिस्प्लेसमेंटसाठी, वर्टिकल डिस्टन्ससाठी आपल्याला इक्वेशन मिळालं y इज इक्वल टू व्ही आय साइन थिटा इंटू टी मायनस हाफ जी टी स्क्वेअर. याच्यामध्ये टी ची व्हॅल्यू जी आहे ही एक्स अपॉन व्ही आय कॉस थिटा इथे टाकू आपण. इथे टी स्क्वेअर म्हणजे एक्स स्क्वेअर अपॉन व्ही आय स्क्वेअर कॉस स्क्वेअर थिटा हे टाकू, आहे की नाही. मग नेक्स्ट स्लाइड मध्ये बघू आपण. बघा what can we write now? See here y is equal to vi sin theta, t च्या जागेवर टाकला आपण x upon vi cos theta minus half g t square x upon vi cos theta square. केलं आपण? समजतंय? Now we rearrange this equation. Sin theta upon cos theta is equal to tan theta, vi cancel होईल आणि आपल्याला मिळेल tan theta into x मायनस, समजतंय, एक्स स्क्वेअर आपण बाहेर काढू आणि जी अपॉन टू व्ही आय स्क्वेअर कॉस स्क्वेअर थिटा. ही जी टर्म आहे पूर्ण कॉन्स्टंट आहे, याला आपण बीटा म्हणू खाली, टॅन थिटाला आपण अल्फा म्हणू. म्हणजे हे इक्वेशन आपण असं लिहू शकतो बघा. वी कॅन राईट y इज इक्वल टू अल्फा एक्स मायनस बीटा एक्स स्क्वेअर. हिअर y is a quadratic function of x, is the trajectory is projectile of parabola. This equation is the equation of parabola. Y is equal to alpha x minus beta x square. Here alpha is tan theta and beta is this bracket. So this is the equation of trajectory. Is that? And the equation of trajectory tells us that the path of the projectile is parabolic path, which is called as trajectory. Thus we can find the equation for trajectory in one slide. Again we see this is the trajectory. The parabolic path followed by projectile in air is called its trajectory. And how to find the equation of trajectory at a glance? You can take the screenshot of these equations or you can find the same notes in your book also. How to calculate the equation of trajectory? Again I describe here. First we take the horizontal distance. Distance is equal to velocity into time. नंतर इनिशियल वेलोसिटी टाकू आपण व्ही आय कॉस थिटा. मग त्याच्यावरून आपण टी काढू. टी इज इक्वल टू एक्स अपॉन व्ही आय कॉस थिटा. Now at this time t, we can write the vertical distance y is equal to VIT minus half gt square. Here put the value of initial velocity VIY, that is Vi sin theta into t. Now in this equation 2, put the value of t from equation 1. So you get this equation, and by rearranging the equation you get this equation, that is the final equation for the trajectory. Is that? Now in the next video we will find the equation for range of projectile, height of projectile and time of flight. Thank you.